morning. I hope you're doing fine. I am Nonkululeko Koza, as he has already mentioned, from Blue Haven Agri Ventures. So I'm going to present about blueberry potential in Zimbabwe. So basically, we have about 20 to 25 farmers currently farming blueberries and having different companies, which are very few, to supply seedlings and inputs that are needed for blueberries. So because of climate and weather, Zimbabwe is favored because we are the only country in Southern Africa which is able to produce blueberries from March, as early as March during the year. So because of that, we are advantaged as compared to other countries in Southern Africa. An example is the current situation in South Africa. We have a company that is having a shortage of 500,000 kgs of blueberries at the moment for supply. So we can use this to our advantage and actually supply the high demand at the market. So by doing that, we can take advantage of the situation and supply at high prices. So currently we have a farm in Marondera, which is supplying a kgs of blueberries at $7 now because the demand is very high and most parts of the world are not producing blueberries. So at $7, they're selling a kg at $7, but normally during the peak season, it usually goes for $4 a kg. So I'm sure you can all see that the price is actually high. And as someone doing blueberries, you can actually get high amounts of profits from that. So there's an opening at the market and we can actually feel that and explore, especially if you're in Zimbabwe. However, blueberries are not cheap. So it's generally a very expensive crop. So we had to sit down and come up with ways that can allow us to explore the market at the same time without having to incur costs that are very high. So my partner is going to continue from that aspect and tell you more about the market side of it with calculations and so forth. Thank you.
Thanks, Nogo. Thanks, Tinashe. And thank you all. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to come and talk to you guys. So my name is Epines Jonga. I'm an agronomist for blueberries, and I'm a consultant for a company which is based in Australia. I'm the agronomist for Zimbabwe and for Zambia. So the reason why we came here is I think that there is an opportunity for people who want to invest, in Zimbabwe. It's a field that is closed mainly to white guys. So most black people, they don't have access to the blueberry market. So that's where we are coming in now. As blacks, we are given an opportunity growing the crop. I grew the crop in South Africa. I have 8 years experience growing that crop. And currently now I'm not based in Zimbabwe, and that's where we are seeing opportunities of what is it and how we can come up and help other fellow Zimbabweans to tap into the market and also join in. So like Nobu said, it's not cheap to grow blueberries, but I think we will find ways that we can try to come up with so that we are able to grow it together. Then we can use it like as an investment vehicle for all of us, people who are interested in growing the blueberries. But so just roughly, my advice, if you want to do blueberries, it is to go for a minimum of 10 hectares of blueberries. It becomes it makes sense in terms of the construction that you're going to do for the pump houses, for the pack houses that you're going to be using for packing and for irrigating the 10 hectares of the blueberries. So the capex, the cost that is involved per hectare, it comes up something in the region of 80 to 100,000 per hectare, right? 80,000 to 100,000 per hectare. So the initial cost is very, very high. So that cost, it can be recovered within 3 years, right? So in the first year, you're able to harvest about a kg of blueberries. Then the second year, you're able to harvest 2.5 to 3 kgs. Then third year, 4 kgs the plant. Then from year 4 going forward, depending on your production and your efficiencies at the farm, you're able to do 4 to 6 kgs the plant. Right. So 1 hectare has got 5,500 plants. Right. So if you want to do the calculation, let's just work with about 5,000. Then with 5,000 plants, year 1, if you're able to produce 1 kg in the first year, it means you're going to have 5,000 kgs per hectare. So 5,000 kgs per hectare, if you multiply that, let's not use Nogu's numbers of 7,000, let's use an average price of $5 per kg. So it means you're going to be having an average of about 25,000 first year. Then second year, you are targeting to go for 2.5 to 3 kgs. So you are talking something in excess of 60,000 kg, 60,000 US dollars per hectare in the second year, right? Then year 4, you are now talking of about 4 kgs, 3 to 4 kgs. It means you are going to get about 20,000 kgs now per hectare, times roughly the 5 kgs that you are going to be getting. So you're talking of about 75,000 that are going to be getting, 125,000 that are going to be getting per hectare. So what I think, Zimbabwean farmers, yes, the capital expenditure might be limiting, but I think let's not be afraid, and let us not just turn our back and say, no, we can't do it, it's just for the white guys. We have got, we are setting something up with Novo, whereby we are trying to call farmers to come together so that we can crowdfund. Then we can have a farm as a form of an investment for you guys, especially those guys in the diaspora, and also for guys even in Zimbabwe here. So the idea is for a person to buy a plant, right, or to pay for the plant. Then if you pay for the plant, then the calculation that I did, one plant, it was costing about $14.60. $14 per 60, that is the cost. I'm talking about the 80 to 100,000 plants per hectare. So we are just trying to think how best can we do it as a small scale, as small farmers or as small guys with not much money in our pockets. So we are thinking if we go that route now, we are now able, at least even if we get about 200 or 300 farmers, then we crowd fund, then we are able to raise that money. Then as shares, we can take one plant as a share. If you get 10 plants, you are getting 10 shares. If you get 100 plants, you are getting 100 shares, something like that. The beauty of this investment, guys, is you will be harvesting this crop for the next 10 years to 15 years. So what it means is whatever you're going to invest now, after 3 years or so, you would have recovered the investment. Then after that year, you are now just going to be having profits now. So the cost of production of per year, per hectare, it is around 30,000. So let's take it from year 4. That way, by now you are now doing about 5,000. You're now doing about 4 kgs per hectare, which is about 20 tons per hectare now. So if you do 20 tons per hectare times $5 roughly, which is about 100,000. So even if you invested 30,000 per hectare per year, you are going to be getting 70,000 profit per hectare. So I broke that down to per plant to 5,500 plants. See how much is it that one person will be paying, or how much a person will be paying for the maintenance of the plant per month. So it came out that the person will be paying about 50 cents per plant per month, to maintain it. So we can't say that it is something that is that we cannot be able to do. So if anyone is interested in that, and also we are starting a training session for blueberry guys, people want to learn blueberries. But there are also a lot of job opportunities available in the blueberry market now. We are looking for production managers. We are also looking for compliance officers. We are going to be doing the global gap, make sure that the fruit is exportable. We are looking for pump irrigators. We are looking for assistant farm managers. Right now, there are farms which are starting, of which my company is starting some of the farms, and we are struggling to get qualified people. So we are offering a training facility now to the guys, so that at least we are also able to train the guys. So as we thought about that, that's when this opportunity of talking to you guys also came about. So that's while we decided, no, let's just talk to the guys and also talk to the guys in the diaspora and all those who for the excess funds or the extra funds who would be interested in doing blueberries, so that we can talk. So now we're going to share a link for the WhatsApp group for all the guys who wants to do blueberries, and all questions that you want to share, please feel free. Let's talk, let's discuss, right? This is consultation stage. You are not paying anything, right? We are just giving you our time and our knowledge, so that once you become interested now, then you can now set up now something big. Then you can start talking and see how we can chart the way forward. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Tinashe. Thank you all for listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nonkololeko and Happiness. Thank you for such a wonderful presentation. So guys, the platform is open. If you want to ask questions to the two presenters. Questions, any clarifications? Right, Wimbai.
Thank you guys for the presentation. I just wanted to ask, in terms of Zimbabwe, are there regions where you can farm these blueberries? Is it limited to certain regions? Or, for example, my husband and I have got a farm in Mvuma. Would that be a suitable area for farming blueberries, or what?
Yeah, thank you, Benashe. Blueberries, they are less limited by the weather, by the climate of an area. Normally, what is just needed is just for you to have adequate water, for irrigation. Then get the water tested, and if the quality of the water is good, then we can go ahead. Actually, we are running some trials in Bedbridge right now, where we also want to grow some blueberries there. And so far, the results are showing that it's positive, that it's going to be working, and we are going to be growing blueberries in Bedbridge. So if we're able to do that in Bedbridge, halfway along the way in Mvuma, I think it's going to be very, very possible to grow blueberries there. But of course, there are some assessments that needs to be done on the land, because normally you don't grow them in the soil. You grow them in pots, and all those are important. And even the soil that you put in pots is also important also. So those are the other factors that you just need to consider. But otherwise, I think it's very possible to grow them in Mvuma. What might also become a disadvantage to you, maybe it might just be the transportation, to the airport. But I think from Mvuma, I think you can access straight to South Africa. It's going to be easier for you than to. So the trucks can just be loaded at the farm. Once you decide to grow blueberries, then they can just go straight to South Africa where the fruit will be packed. So I think it's very, very possible to grow them in Mvuma. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Happiness, I'm seeing your mic. That's Lynn, sorry. Lynn M. You have your hand up. I was now calling Happiness as someone who wanted to ask a question. Lynn M. So Miss YV is asking, is there any local market for blueberries, or is just export? And then if export, export, what are the costs like for sending them?
Yeah,
Lynn
so
M,
the local
yeah, you can go ahead, Happiness.
Okay, so the local market here is available, but it's insignificant, in relation to the production that you are doing in Zimbabwe. So all those blueberries that you see in the road, selling by the roadside, guys selling by street, by the robots there, mostly those are reject berries, second grade berries, mostly first grade berries, all of them, they are exported. So we are even short of the berries to export. So the cost, like Nongo told you, that the cost involved of transporting the berries from Zimbabwe to the price that she gave you, the $7 for the farm is getting right now, they are removing all the packaging and the transport costs. from that, and that is the farm get price. The price the farmer is getting at the farm after delivering the blueberries in South Africa.
I hope Ms. Wifey you have been answered. Yeah, that's fine. Any other questions or reactions? So what about those who do not have farms? Let's say there are people who are in the communal lands, like the resettlements. We have got maybe 3 hectares or so. Are they like able to be supported in doing the blueberries, or it's strictly for those who can have farms to their disposal?
So what's happening with other guys, even some white guys who are growing in Zimbabwe, they are renting out farms. It's not like they are growing them on their own farms. So the land is there. You just talk to the owners of then you just do a lease agreement. Then you just go in, then you start doing your thing, you develop the land and everything else. So you don't necessarily have to have your own land. What you just need to have the resources, enough money to invest. Then the land, I think the land is in Zimbabwe, it's easy to find. So I think you're not limited by the availability of land. But later on, I was thinking of in China, there's some project going on whereby there are farmers now are doing 1 or 2 hectares, small scale farmers. So it would just be nice if I find a chance to visit, then I'll see how they are doing it. Then maybe we can also even bring it back to Zim. Then we can try to introduce it to the farmers also at such a small level also.
Okay, no, that's great. Thank you so much. So guys, any other questions that you may have for Nonkululeko? Gertrude, I'm seeing your mic is open. You want to say something?
I don't know if I heard the presenter well. Did you talk about contract farming in blueberries?
Not exactly contract farming, but you raise your capital per hectare, like I'm saying, about 80 to 100,000 per hectare. Then that capital is going to cover the seedlings and the fertilizers and the construction of the greenhouse, of the pump houses, of the pack sheds, of the irrigation system in the field, piping and everything. So you'll be buying even the seedlings. You're also buying the genetics from the company. It's not like it's contract farming. No, it's not contract farming as such.
Okay.
But the company will buy the seedlings from you, or the berries from you, or the berries are already bought by that company that supplies.
Does it have to be a hectare, or you can do less than that?
Problem with less than a hectare is management aspect of it now. It is difficult to, both with less than a hectare, the cost of setting up the refrigeration, and the cost of setting up the pump houses just for a hectare and less than a hectare, I wouldn't advise. It's not advisable. I don't think you get very good returns from that here. The minimum I would suggest is 10 hectares. But I was talking about crowdfunding, getting people together. Then people, they can just find the common ground and see how best we can do it. Then we can do it like as an investment for us, different guys from different areas. Then we can run it like that. It will be easy for us to do that than for one person to grow less than a hectare and successfully do it. I don't think it's possible.
Okay, thank you.
I'm seeing Lynn M, you are back again. You want to ask your question. Your hand is up. You were unmuted at some point. So I had to lower your hand because I thought it was a mistake. You can go ahead with your contribution.
Thanks so much, Tinashe. And sorry, my question may already have been answered. I was thrown out of the meeting shortly. But it's 2 questions. The first one is just to understand, when you talk about the size, you're speaking about 10 hectares. Is it 10 hectares per farmer, or you are looking at 10 hectares collectively for the project that you're thinking of, that people come together? That's the first one.
Okay,
and then the second question is you're thinking of it collectively.
Yes, Lynn. Yes.
Okay, so when you say collectively, then I think someone has already said they've got a farm somewhere in, I think in Marondera. And then someone may have in Kwero maybe 2 hectares, 3 hectares, or you're looking at people coming together and purchasing a piece of land that is 10 hectares in total. Then you can have a project in one place, or it could be different locations.
So the idea is to have the project in one place. Then we do not need to buy land, but we can lease. If it's cheaper to buy, yes, we can buy the land. It's fine, you know. Or if someone can give us a long-term lease, we can also go for a long-term lease, you know. So both it will be difficult now to have some berries from Gweru, some from Boma. Then you'd want to consolidate the load and send it. You know, even the handling itself, it needs to maintain cold chain from harvesting up to the time it gets to the package. Yes. So I think we just need to do it, agree and find the one common place, you know, where we agree that we are going to do it here. Then whatever terms are there concerning the land, then we can deal with that as we will be talking about the project as it will be going here.
Okay. And then the last question is around the market. You have indicated that there's a shortage, but if this project is, or if anyone wants to start doing the blueberries, what is the market? I mean, where would one get the market? Or you are also thinking of having those market channels that you already have, that the blueberries will be channeled to the markets that you already are aware of?
Okay, so what is happening is the company that I'm working for, currently it is busy looking for potential farmers who want to grow blueberries. The reason is they are supplying all over the world, you know. South Africa, right now, there are no berries in South Africa. I was there yesterday. all the guys there, the sales team is saying, where are the blueberries from Zimbabwe? Give us the blueberries, because it's only Zim that can give the blueberries right now. So the channels are there in South Africa. That's where the fruit will go. If it is going to be consolidated, and then if it's going to be repacked and sent either to Singapore, to Malaysia, wherever around the world, they will easily do that. So the market is available. Actually, our company, it sells about, our target is to sell 23 million kgs this year, you know. So we are short of supply right now. Both South Africa, we supply Woolworths stores, we supply a lot of shops in South Africa, spa shops, you know. There's nothing right now. So the market, it is there in South Africa, especially with our company. That's where the market is now. Very soon, China is going to be to be giving Zimbabwe an export avenue also for its fresh produce. So that is going to be another potential market also, China. And China is a big consumer for blueberries also. So a lot of channels are opening up for blueberries. And a lot of markets, yes, are going to be available for the blueberries, yes. That's why you see there's a drive. Most people are coming to Zimbabwe now to invest in blueberries, because they've discovered that that is the best place where they can grow their blueberries. You get the best quality blueberries because of the weather. And also, we are not affected by frost. We are less affected by frost in Zimbabwe than it is in South Africa. So it's safer to grow blueberries in Zimbabwe. And also the water quality that you have in Zimbabwe better than what you have in other countries, in South Africa. So that's why people are coming to Zimbabwe, and that's why people like blueberries coming from Zimbabwe, sending them wherever they are sending them around the world. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's very interesting. Thank you so much. I've got a lot of questions to ask, but I know Nonku has shared your people's contacts. I'll be reaching out. I've got a farm in Blaawai also. I'll be interested to explore and maybe find out more. Thank you so much. Back to you, Tinashe.
Thank you very much.
Good. Thank you so much, Lynn. And thank you for engaging And thank you, Happiness and Nogu, for responding to those questions. I'm sure it will actually open very good avenues for those who would want to do. I believe as Zimbabweans, I liked what Happiness said about people coming together and be able to produce for the market. Half the time we suffer because we'll be going solo at some point. So when you go solo and maybe there's need to raise maybe 20,000, 40,000, it may be difficult for you to do it as an individual. But imagine when people like come up together and say we have a farm, for example, maybe 60 hectares, then you want to just do the blueberries, then you come up as 20 of you, you raise about 10,000 each. If you calculate 10,000 by the 10 people, how much would that be? That would be maybe close to 100,000. Maybe what is needed, you cover the costs, and then if the market is available, you actually recoup your costs other than thinking of going solo. So I'm sure people may be thinking around that idea. And if it's presented properly, and one thing that I'm sure, Happiness, you are well experienced in this, like Zimbabweans, when they start something, at times they start as a group. And then when they start as a group, some people now develop, some shenanigans and, some crooked ideas will come up. But if it's something that is solid and written down and well spelled out, I'm sure we can be like Somalians and Ethiopians, because they are actually coming up together in a consortium. They raise the money, they go, they attack the market together. So thank you so much, Happiness, for that. Unless there are any other questions, I'll give you this time Nonku and Happiness just to give your parting remarks.
Okay, I think I just want to mention there's someone who asked about the water testing, about the bore, if bore water is safe, and if not, what can be done. Yes, bore water is good, but mostly the problem, the bore water is, we call it's hard. It has got a lot of bicarbonates in it, but still there's a way of treating that water. Normally we use sulfuric acid when you're mixing it to irrigate the plant. So the sulfuric acid, it will regulate the pH and the carbonates, so that it becomes good quality water that you can use for blueberries. I'm just answering that question to Nashe, so that we could not leave anyone hanging there. Noku will share our details and the
thank you so much link for checking it.
Yeah. And the WhatsApp link, so that anyone who is interested to ask any questions about blueberries is fine. Ask whether we do it or we don't, just for you to have information. Like the previous presenter said, that it is good to share information. We are ready to share information in one day to help you. We are ready for that. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, that's okay. So your parting remarks, Happiness, in Nonkolo Lego, and you'll also be sharing your contact details in the WhatsApp in the WhatsApp group as well as in the chat box.
Okay, thank you for joining us, guys. We're also having a field trip soon for those who are interested, want to train. So it's on the 21st of June. So I'm just going to post everything in the group link where you can post all your questions and any inquiries, and then the advertisement about the trip as well for those who are interested in blueberry training. Otherwise, thank you so much for the platform, Tinashe. We really appreciate.
I think what we'll do, Tinashe, also, we just take a short video of the visit that we are going to do on the 21st. Then we'll just share with you in the group, so that people, they can just have an idea and even see photos, so that people, they appreciate what we are talking about, so that at least anyone who is interested now, people, at least they can see that we are not just talking, but we are real in action. We are doing something about it in Zoom. So Nonku will share the details.
Yeah, that will be very good. And may you also share those that you have done, so that when we are cutting your video now, we have them as well as part of your video.
Okay, it's fine. We'll do that. It's all right. No problem. We'll do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So once more, thank you so much, guys, and thank you for the presentation. You actually did very well, and we are very happy on a Father's Day. That business opportunities, they are coming our way, and let's keep them authentic